Snow? No.
Yeah, the coldest I ever saw here in Florida was about 35, 36.
Yeah. You got just as good a
Lower
chance of
than that
snow
would
in
be
Florida.
extremely rare.
We get plenty of snow in the mountains. Plenty of it.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw snow was in up in South Carolina,
Yeah.
2 states up north.
Yeah.
So, and yes,
Did you
it
have to
was
go
up
in it?
in the mountain areas.
Ah. Did you have to go in it?
I did get to go in it. Yes, I played in the snow
Ugh.
with my girls. We all saw snow for the first time together. We tried the snowman. We tried jumping in it, rolling in it.
Oh, really? That sounds fun.
Unfortunately, I wasn't expecting it to be that freezing. So
No.
when it starts getting too cold, it's no longer that much fun.
Yeah, well, the snow, they can keep that. I'm not interested in snow.
You know?
No, I don't want to live in a snow cone.
So I
Uh,
guess Alaska is
oh,
off
that's
your list.
out. That's way out.
No igloos?
No, I'm cool.
You wouldn't
I'd
like to
rather.
live in an igloo?
Ah,
I, the person I marry is gonna have to get me an igloo. We're gonna
uh,
live together in Alaska in a little igloo.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. You wouldn't
I
last
would
a
love to
day.
live in a tiny little igloo in Alaska.
Yeah, right. Where
Down
things
there with the
cost
polar bears. With the bears
with all the bears. And keep in mind, just
and the
because
penguins.
bears will eat you in the
I think
winter too.
penguins are so adorable.
Penguins are awesome. Now I like penguins, but bears, I'm not interested in bears. They want to eat you.
And bears are just like a huge, fluffy dog.
Some of them. Gri- Grizzly bears are not so much like fluffy little dogs, unless you want to. They're
No,
more
they're
like
like a big giant teddy bear.
no, they're more like a big giant pit bull. Little California brown bears, they don't bother anything. They're pretty much scared of humans, but grizzly
Well,
bears
that's what
on
I'm saying. They look just like huge, fluffy dogs.
well, little
They
California
can't be
brown
bad.
bears are. They're not even that big. They're little.
I saw two wolves here in Florida the other day.
You have wolves?
They, I didn't even know there were wolves in this area.
That
Apparently there
is
are.
that is shocking. I would have never guessed.
It is shocking. I was
I
going
mean,
down this road close to my
mhm.
mom's house. I was picking her up from her office and we were driving back and there was a dead animal on the road. I'm pretty sure it was a deer that was dead on the side of the road and there were two wolves eating it. They were feasting on the dead deer by the road. It
Wow,
was one grayish looking wolf. The other one was kind of like light brown in color.
that's a trip.
And it was two of them.
Wow. Hmm.
I mean, I know for sure it was not a husky dog. It was not a husky.
Yeah, and most
It looked bigger
domestic.
than a husky.
Yeah, wolves are big.
Yeah, but I was surprised when I saw them.
Huh. That is a trip. I did not know they had wolves. I was actually kind of wondering what does Florida have as far as like animals. Like, I know you have.
Yeah, coyotes are more common around here. Bobcats. Not too many coyotes though.
That's pretty much what we have here:
Um,
coyotes, bobcats, mountain lions. You probably don't have mountain lions.
what else? You have plenty of um, disenfranchised, or no, what do you call them? Plenty of birds living on top of cables and the cable post
Mm-hmm.
and trees around shopping malls, which no longer have their homes.
No.
So we have a lot of those around.
Yeah.
Over here around this block in this city, there's a lot of sand cranes.
Yeah.
I think I videotaped a couple of them. The cranes, those
We have a
big
lot of cranes
birds
here
that,
too.
yeah, they are pretty cool birds.
I agree. I
They're pretty
agree.
big. If you come up close to them, they
Yeah,
they kind of look prehistoric.
they do. They do. You know what I want to see? One of those big anacondas.
No,
Those things look bad.
I'm not interested in seeing no, and I love animals. I'm a vegan, animal rights activist, but I'm not interested in seeing no anaconda. No
No,
anaconda, no alligator.
I actually want to see an alligator really bad too.
No. I
Uh,
saw one when I was a little girl. I was like 4 years old, and I was
uh-huh,
at the Everglades National Park with my dad, and we had rented out some of the bikes,
uh-huh.
and I was along the trail. It was a cement trail, and
Yeah.
my dad was a few feet ahead of me on his bike, and I was kind of staying behind. I was only like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years old, and all of a sudden there was this alligator that came out from the woods, and it started crossing the pavement, and it stopped right in the middle, just blocking the road, the paved road. And I didn't know what to do. I started crying.
Well,
I started screaming for my dad. I was like, "Ah, Daddy!" I was crying.
what did he do?
He didn't. He stayed pretty still, and he was kind of motioning for me to just stay still. And of course, I did not. I did the opposite as fast as I could. I figured I just go try to go around the gator.
You went
And
around
that's
it?
exactly I did. As fast as I could, I finally had the nerve to just ride on the bike, pedal as fast as I could, and go behind the tail. I went around it to get to my
uh,
dad on the other side.
I don't know
But
what
I
I'd
was
do
really
if I took
scared.
it.
I was very scared.
Shoot, I'd be scared. It's an alligator.
I mean, yeah, I don't think a little 4 or 5 year old is much competition for a large alligator. It wasn't that huge though. But
No,
to me, I mean, being that age, it did look kind of big.
I'm sure. I'm sure. No doubt. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wrestle with an alligator.
No,
I'm
there
really
are
good.
alligator farms that you could visit here, and you could watch alligator wrestlers.
Oh, that would be cool. I want to see an alligator get wrestled.
Hmm.
What do they do? Just like tie them up
And
or something?
yeah, yeah, with a rope. Their
That's
whole
what I
goal is to
figured.
tie them up, hold them down. Uh, the scariest thing to me about alligators down here,
Uh-huh.
one of the alligators here, it's just that I've read articles about certain people who have brought alligators from other areas of the world, specifically the Nile alligator, and supposedly they have a couple of them roaming around there in Florida. I don't think anybody has spotted them. But there were supposedly a couple of people who brought them in from another country back some years ago, and they let them go in the wild.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So they're yeah. So there's supposedly at least one or two Nile alligators hanging around the Everglades in Florida.
Hmm. I wouldn't doubt it.
Now the thing about the Nile alligators is that what they eat is humans.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
They specifically attack and eat humans.
Well,
So
it's kind of like great
definitely
white
not.
sharks.
What?
It's kind of like great white sharks. They're man eaters. They will eat humans. A lot of sharks won't eat humans. They won't even mess with the human. They might bite you, but they're not going to eat you. They're not even going to try to eat you. I'm not afraid of sharks.
You're not scared of sharks.
No,
I'm terrified of sharks.
no. Most
That's
sharks,
one of the reasons that I would not go too far into the beach waters. I normally stay right in the shore.
most sharks will only
And
bite
I
you. They
love
won't eat
swimming.
you.
I love swimming. I love going into the deep, but I guess I'm too conscious that there could be sharks lurking, so I get kind of scared. And I just stick to the shore.
They're not. They don't. But you're not afraid of bears. With sharks, all
No,
right.
because bears, they're warm-blooded creatures. I think I could relate more to bears than I could a crocodile, an anaconda, or a shark.
Sharks are all right.
So I think they're nicer. They're warm-blooded. They're not cold-blooded.
They're not cold blooded. That's true. That's true. But I don't know. I don't want to mess with no
So
bears.
I trust warm-blooded animals more than I do the cold-blooded animals.
All right. All right. Makes sense, I guess.
I do love scorpions, though. No, I'm
Uh,
kidding.
I hate scorpions.
A couple of times I did see them in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
I've
found
seen.
one hiding in my room one time. It was a
Yeah.
little baby scorpion.
Behind a picture
Yeah.
or something.
Did I what?
Was it behind a picture frame or something? Like they like to get behind wood in dark places.
Yeah, the bed frame that I had, it was made out of wood and it was under the bed.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know why they like wood. I guess maybe because they get in logs or something in their natural habitat or something. But I've seen them in Arizona. Where
Yeah, so I just trapped it and I took it outside.
did you? You trapped it
Yeah.
and took it outside and let it go?
Yeah.
Hmm. Didn't even try to squash it?
No.
No. So tell
Uh-uh.
me,
I don't like squashing bugs or insects. I don't kill them.
no bugs?
No.
Not even spiders.
No.
So the deadly ones, you just trap them and let them go?
I do. I did once pick up a black widow with her little babies. This was in South Carolina when I
What?
was staying up there for a time. I went to the backyard and um there was a piece of cement block that was close to the door towards the backyard.
Uh-huh.
And I picked it up and there was a black widow spider in there. And it had this little nest. It had the little babies in there.
Oh.
And and I moved her over to another location far away from my back door.
Uh-huh.
I put her under one of the bushes somewhere. And then I grabbed her nest with the little babies in it. Not a nest. What do you call it? It's like a little cocoon, like a little sack
Mm-hmm.
where they have the babies in it. So
Yeah.
I moved that over also with her. So I just moved them over to another location away from my kids.
Ay, ay, ay. Is that like a vegan
But no,
thing, or
I
you
don't
just,
kill spiders. Is what?
is that like a vegan thing, or just like you just don't kill spiders?
I've never killed spiders.
Ay, ay, ay.
I mean, you could say it's a vegan thing, I guess, but it's not something that I started doing when I went vegan or became an animal rights activist. I've always been like that. I never liked killing spiders or ants or any insects.
Ants? You leave the ants?
I used to get mad at kids, little boys who used to stomp on ants when I was a kid.
Wow. What do you do
I
when they get in your house? Just leave
what?
them? What about when they get in your
I
house?
used to feed sugar to the ants. I once got in trouble when I was a kid,
Oh, jeez.
when I was around 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, jeez.
I um I used to see the little black ants, and for some reason, I thought they liked sugar, which indeed they do.
Yeah, they
And
do.
I would go and grab some sugar, a spoon of sugar from the kitchen, and I would leave them on the corners of the house for the little black ants.
Oh,
And
wow.
so my grandmother, who lived with me at the time, well, I lived with her, she started wondering where on earth this little trail of black ants was coming.
Was
She
being
would find
fed.
these trails of black ants going towards the sugar locations where I would have the sugar.
Oh, wow.
So you could see them sometimes throughout the house. You would see this long trail of little black ants going towards the sugar, all walking in a little line. It was a pretty
I,
long line.
oh, I'm sure it was.
So so yeah, when my grandmother discovered that it was because I was leaving sugar around the corners of the walls, I got in trouble for it. So
So you stopped?
yes, I stopped.
Hey.